Hello everyone, a very good morning to the viewers of NDTV. We have with us Mr. Jay Panda, who is the Delhi BJP in charge, and we could not have asked him for a better day than the last day of campaigning. Mr. Panda, thank you so much for speaking to NDTV. Sir, let's start with the big announcement that has come in from the budget. What impact do you sense of that on the upcoming elections?
It will have a tremendous impact in Delhi, but of course all over the country as well, because the Modi government has brought India to a level where we've become the 5th largest economy, the fastest growing large economy for many, many years now, headed towards 3rd largest. Now, these announcements, which cover the entire spectrum of population, they go from people who are underprivileged financially, gig workers, for instance, cab drivers, auto drivers, delivery staff, they have been attended to in a very big way. Similarly, the middle class, with the tax relief that has been brought in, Delhi is a large metropolis.
That's right. And
it has a very large number of middle class people. By some estimates, including lower middle class and across the spectrum of middle class, there are about 1 crore population in Delhi who will benefit, including family members of taxpayers. So, of course, it's going to have a very big impact.
So, do you say that it is particularly that announcement that came in for the taxpayers, that relief that came in for the taxpayers, and middle class, as you said, is a strong constituency which can pull BJP through this election?
In fact, even before the budget announcement, it was very clear to us that the people of Delhi have made up their mind, because they've had to suffer a dozen years of scams, corruption, and fake promises. Even today, after all these fake promises for so many years, even poor people in jhuggis are forced to buy drinking water from the tanker mafia because of the massive corruption in Delhi Jal Board, and I can go on and on about this. They see what is happening to the rest of India. It's rapidly growing. The infrastructure in the rest of India is rapidly growing. The number of airports have doubled. The number of the kilometers of metro rail has more than doubled. The expressways, but you don't see that in Delhi. Delhi doesn't look like the capital of this Naya Bharat, this new India. And so the people of Delhi, they've given a chance to Congress in the past. They've given a chance for a dozen years to this Aapda, this disaster which has enveloped Delhi. Today, they've made up their mind to give a chance to BJP. They have faith in the BJP's manifesto, the Sankalp Patra, because it comes with Modi ji's guarantee. Wherever we've made promises, we've implemented them all across the country. And they want conflict-free governance. They don't want to see this daily drama of blame games, of playing victimhood, of making these outrageous claims like Yamuna is being poisoned by BJP. They've had enough of these fake scamsters, dramabazis. They want to give a chance to BJP.
So, the BJP has not been in power in Delhi since 1998. Though you have had great run whenever it was about Lok Sabha polls, 2014, 2019 and 2024, the BJP could not really form government in Delhi. One criticism which you are continuing to face is that the BJP continues to be unsure about the face which is leading this campaign in Delhi.
No, that's not true at all. I'll come to that in a minute. It is true that we have not been able to form the government in Delhi for a long time now, quarter of a century. But the era of politics that dominated Delhi was very different. And especially for the last dozen years, these Aapda have fooled the people of Delhi. They've made fake promises. They created false hope in the people that they were different sort of people. They were breath of fresh air. They've turned out to be the worst of the worst type of people in public life. You know, the same person who swore on his children to live in a 2-bedroom flat, during COVID, merged 4 big government bungalows into a massive palace, the Sheesh Mahal, with gold-plated wash basins, with toilets and curtains worth crores of rupees. People have lost faith in that. Now, you talk about the face. Now, this is again a narrative that the Aapda is trying to spin so that the discussion doesn't focus on the bad water, on the horrible condition of the roads, on the lack of public transport, on the lack of any development, flyovers, roads, etc. in the last 10 years. Because they have to answer this question. Their former chief minister was in jail for corruption. And after many months, he got bail under very strict conditions from the Supreme Court, which means he can't be chief minister. That's why he had to resign as chief minister, because the bail conditions are that he can't go into the CM's office, he can't sign any of the CM's files, so he can't be chief minister. And the trial has to go on. He has only got bail. Let me just complete. Until the trial, the trial is still on, and he has called their current chief minister as temporary. So they have to answer this question first. In our case, at the national level, we have the world's most popular leader. At the state level, for 10 or 11 years, we have a very successful formula, which is that we have collective leadership. Whether it is Odisha, Chhattisgarh, Rajasthan, even states where we had governments, it is collective leadership. And in our party, any karyakarta can aspire to become a leader, can aspire to become chief minister. Modi ji himself was a tea seller one day. He is now a historic third-time prime minister. The world's most popular leader. Similarly, we've got chief ministers in other states who have come up the ranks, and Delhi will get a very good BJP chief minister.
The Congress, which is also a third player in this battle for Delhi, says that they are fighting on the issue of legacy because they have had a very successful chief minister in Sheila Dikshit. Are they in the reckoning? Does the BJP see this as a triangular contest or a bipolar fight?
So let's look at the Congress's recent legacy in the last 10 years. They've made promises in Himachal Pradesh in elections 2 years ago, which they have cheated the people of Himachal. They made promises in Karnataka in the elections, and they've cheated the people of Karnataka. I can give you the track record of how BJP has implemented almost all of its promises across the country. Now, the Congress and the APDA, they sometimes fight together. As recently as the Lok Sabha elections, they united against us. But nevertheless, the BJP won all 7 Lok Sabha seats in Delhi under Prime Minister Modi's leadership with well over 51% of the vote share. Now, this is a target we have set since the Modi era began, that we will try to get more than 51% vote share. Now, we have started getting it in many states at the Lok Sabha level, including Delhi. Now, at the assembly level, in some states, we have started getting more than 51%. In Delhi, we are just reaching there. Take a look at this. Even though we didn't form a government for many years, throughout this period, during all the elections that have happened in Delhi, the local elections, the assembly and the municipal corporation elections, our vote share kept increasing steadily. Each and every election, it has increased steadily. Until the last local election was 2 years ago in the municipal corporation, the difference between APDA and BJP was only 2%. Now, this time, we are going to be well beyond them. We are targeting more than 51%. So it doesn't really matter what Congress does as another contestant. Congress is fighting for its survival.
Okay.
They have allied with APDA and still not been able to stop the BJP.
But isn't it true that BJP wants Congress to do well in certain constituencies? And this is particularly the constituencies which are dominated by the minorities.
The BJP and the Congress stand for very different things. There's no point in going into that at length because it has been made very, very clear. The BJP wanting Congress to do well is...
Are they in the contest
let me put it
in
this way.
certain constituencies? Let's be a little more direct on this.
They play vote bank politics just like APDA does. So that is why the leader of the Congress had to shift his constituency away from Uttar Pradesh into another constituency in southern India, only because of demographics, only because of vote bank politics. Now, these two parties play vote bank politics. Sometimes they come together, sometimes they contest separately. There is no way that we would want any of these parties to do well because one is an APDA together, and they can very well come together again after the elections. It will be double APDA. So, look, we are targeting 51%. We have achieved it in the Lok Sabha. We have been growing steadily in the assembly elections and local elections. So we will not focus on what Congress is doing, what APDA is doing. That's up to them. Okay, we are connecting with the people.
Mr. Panda, since you say that your target is 51%, but every time you achieve that target of 51%, 6 months later when the Delhi polls happen, you have failed. You have not really managed to achieve that number, and that's the reason why you do not form the governments in Delhi.
Wait. It's important because I did say this before, and I think it needs repetition. Yes, there has been a gap in what we have been getting traditionally in the assembly elections and the Lok Sabha elections. But the point that is important is, throughout this period, in the local elections, assembly and municipal corporation, we have been steadily growing vote share so that the gap, which 10 years ago used to be 12% or 13%, in the 2 years ago had come down to 2%. And in these last 2 years, the APDA leaders have gone to jail, they have been exposed, they can no longer call themselves Kattar Imandar. That's why we have gone past them now.
Okay, so you're confident that the BJP, okay, so what will be the best case scenario for the BJP here?
Look, in the 3 months that I have been involved in the Delhi campaign, I've been meeting people from all sections of society. People in the middle class who are in RWAs, people in slums, women, students. And there's been tremendous anger against APDA, tremendous anger because of these failed promises and the fakery and the corruption. Now, we've been getting a very strong sense all these 3 months that they've had it up to here. They've given a chance to Congress in the past. They've given a chance to these fakes for the last 10, 12 years. Now, they definitely want to give a chance to BJP. Now, this has only been growing stronger. Our grassroots campaign started many months ago with literally many thousands of meetings, street corner meetings, women's meetings, meetings in the slums. And then it has been stepped up in the last 1 month, where we now have very big rallies with leaders. We're a national party, so many national leaders have been campaigning. So the tempo has built up to such a level today that the sense we are getting is that we are very comfortably forming a government, and I wouldn't be surprised if we go past the 2/3 mark.
Okay, one criticism that the BJP faces in this election in Delhi is that you are playing on the pitch of Aam Aadmi Party, that you're constantly reacting rather than setting the agenda.
Actually, this, the APDA is very good at these false narratives. I've addressed some of them earlier. They don't want a discussion about the roads and the water and all that, so they come up with this. Let's look at the track record. For 11 years, the Modi government has been, on the one hand, developing India as the fastest growing economy, the third largest startup ecosystem, but at the same time, we are a developing nation. We still have many people who are financially underprivileged. We have pulled out 250 million people out of poverty, and we have very large welfare schemes. For example, the food assistance scheme, Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Ann Yojana, reaches 800 million people. Ayushman Bharat, the world's largest medical safety net. Delhi is only one of 2 states which is not implementing it because of politics.
That's right.
Now also, let's take a look at some of these promises. Promises for financial assistance to women. We started it years ago in Madhya Pradesh. You've heard of Ladli Behan. We have done it in Chhattisgarh. We have done it in Odisha.
And now Maharashtra.
And Maharashtra and other places also. Wherever we have committed it, we have done it. Now remember, APDA promised this in Punjab 3 years ago, and they've cheated the women of Punjab, not done it. They've promised it in Delhi last year when they had a government. There was no code of conduct. They could have done it. They've cheated the people of Delhi. They don't do it. Now, that's one fundamental difference, that we have a track record and we do it. They make fake promises. They don't do it. There are 2 other differences. We are fiscally responsible. The Niti Aayog has just come out with a list of the fiscal health of states. And you'll see that the BJP-run states, which we have run for at least 5 years, are in the best fiscal health. And that is because the welfare programs that we do are very thoroughly vetted and made sure that it fits within the fiscal deficit targets of the government. Third thing, we do it without corruption. Throughout the country, you've got massive programs going, such as piped drinking water. From 15%, it has gone to more than 80% of households all over the country. And there is no discrimination. Sabka Saath, Sabka Vishwas, Sabka Vikas. Listen, you cannot point out a single example of either discrimination or corruption. Whereas the APDA, all these so-called welfare schemes are only to loot and enrich themselves.
But will it not be fair to say that for all your criticism that you may have done regarding freebies, that wo revdi hai, and you have dismissed it, you are invariably doing the same? I mean, your announcements are as much freebies as Aam Aadmi Party or the Congress.
Absolutely not. I think I wasn't able to communicate. Let me try it a different way. So, look at our track record. Fastest growing large economy, 5th largest, going to be 3rd largest, enormous job creation in startup economy, enormous infrastructure creation, doubling the number of airports and so on and so forth all over the country. At the same time, welfare programs which are corruption free and reaches the last person, and I've given you examples of 5 or 6 welfare programs. Now, we do need welfare programs. which are fiscally rational within the fiscal deficit targets, they are corruption free and reaches the last person. Look at the track record in Delhi. APDA has run Delhi into the ground. Delhi for the first time has gone into huge losses, the state economy. At the same time, they have failed to, for example, they provide free transport to women, but DTC has gone into losses. They have only 1/3 of the buses. We are promising to triple the number of buses to 13,000 buses, all electric. It will solve the public transport problem in Delhi and solve, to a great extent, the pollution problem. You cannot compare the two. APDA's only interest in welfare schemes is to loot.
Okay. What about multiplicity of agencies? The concerns have been, although your MPs, you continue to win Lok Sabha seats here, your MPs are not delivering or cooperating with the MLAs of the Aam Aadmi Party, and hence, and then there is the MCD, then there is Delhi Police, multiple agencies, and they are essentially, not working in complete coordination.
This is a good question. It's a complex situation. Delhi is a very special situation because it's the national capital. And you cannot avoid, in a national capital, you cannot avoid some overlapping responsibilities because it is also the capital of the republic. It is the capital of the national government as well as the Delhi government. Now, that is why conflict-free governance is very, very important. What you are seeing here and what the people of Delhi are sick and tired of is this constant drama. Every day, they do drama, they point fingers, they blame people, and they're not taking funds given by the Modi government. So, for example, thousands of crores for 51 lakh beneficiaries for health benefit, Ayushman Bharat, only Delhi and West Bengal, this is Delhi figures, they're not taking it. High Court has given them strictures. Similarly, 70,000 crores of infrastructure funds under the AAP scheme for medical infrastructure, for transport infrastructure, Delhi government is simply not taking. High Court has given them strictures. So basically, they are using these as excuses. They think that maybe using more central schemes will make Modi ji even more popular. This is pure politics. Now, another fact is the blame game that they are playing. For example, they've gone to jail on corruption scams. Okay? They didn't get bail for 6 months, 1 year, 2 years. That's got nothing to do with central government or BJP because bail is given by judges.
That's right.
And in India, bail is the norm unless there is a money trail, unless there is prima facie evidence. So that is until all the witnesses have given their statements. So that's why they were kept in jail for such a long time. As soon as they got bail, they're giving themselves clean chits when the trial is yet to happen.
Okay.
So blaming BJP and central government doesn't work when you are doing the corruption.
Okay. Little time left because in the next few hours the campaigning will end. You're continuing with the campaign blitzkrieg. We saw the Prime Minister hold public meetings. You're optimistic. Do you have a number in mind for 8th?
Yes, as I said, the feedback that we are getting is very, very encouraging. You can see the excitement among the BJP karyakartas. You can go out and talk to them. You can see the josh. And that josh is because of the response they're getting from people.
Okay.
For months, our people have been going, our karyakartas and leaders, to the slums. They've won the hearts of the people in the slums. They're working towards solving their problems. And people in Delhi have a faith that because BJP's guarantees are backed by Modi ji's guarantees.
Okay.
And so the response is so positive. We are clear that the people of Delhi have decided to bless us, to give BJP a chance. And it looks like we are very comfortably forming the government. And like I said before, we could very well be beyond the 2/3 mark.
All right, sir, we'll connect again on 8th. I'm hoping you'll give us time as well on that day. So thank you so much for your time here, Mr. Panda.
Thank you.
And with that, it's back to the studio now.